let me make this statement. There shouldn't be one billionaire. There should not be one person worth $1 billion. And I know that's shocking hearing it come from me. But the older I get, the more flaws I see in capitalism and the more good things sometimes I see in more socialism. And let me explain on this. What can one do to earn $1 billion? I had at one time what I considered the toughest job I've ever did in my life. I was right out of high school. I had a job with the Minnesota State Highway Department bridge crew, and my job was running the 90-pound jackhammer, all day long on the street. That is the hardest job on the planet. You find me one that's physically or mentally tougher, and I was barely making above minimum wage. And you're telling me that these billionaires who are now doubling their money, doubling their wealth, that they work harder physically than someone spending 8 to 10 hours a day on a jackhammer? Bull crap is what I got to say to that. They earn their money by pushing pencils, and they don't even need to use deodorant because none of them ever sweat, I doubt it, at work. There should not be a billionaire, and I'm going on record to state this. Everybody talks about a minimum wage, a minimum wage, a minimum wage. I say it's time for a maximum wage. How about $12 million a year, $1 million a month? If you can't live on $12 million a year, $1 million a month, maybe we should bring back capital punishment. Well, they already have that.
So yeah, definitely a pretty based rant from Mr. Ventura that I thought was worth spotlighting, given that he is one of the kings of the third party movement.
Just
the body's gonna pick him up and put them on their heads.
That's too funny. One of the things that I was talking with Anton about before I came on with you guys was, of all the tragedy that's come from this pandemic, if there's one good thing, it's that it's really exposed and laid bare, I think more clearly than it has been in the last 50 or 60 years, just how large the wealth inequality is. Because we are in such a crisis, because there was such a failure of our government, all the way from Fauci lying to us and killing Americans through misinformation, telling them that they shouldn't wear masks back in March, to, the Trump administration firing heads of departments that were supposed to help us resolve this COVID situation, to just, the total lack of preparedness of the Obama administration. It was just a huge clusterfuck all around, and nobody was prepared. And then there was such misinformation. Like, look, how can you trust anything that your government says when 1 month they come out and say one thing, and then 5 months later they go, oh, never mind, we lied to you because we thought you're all kids. And
over and over and over and over and over again. How many times has the government lied to us about, okay, let's see.